What's up, guys? Matt Toisho here, Leads for Locals, and in this video, I want to show you a really powerful strategy for creating retargeting ads to your LinkedIn connections. This can be incredibly powerful for converting more of your LinkedIn connections into actual leads and just creating that overall omnipresence effect on the internet. So, where you connect with people on LinkedIn, but then the next thing they know, they see you and your offer all over the internet, Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube, LinkedIn, whatever platforms you want to do. But this is a really, really powerful way to start to automate that process. Um, I don't, it really depends on where you're at in your business. But like, for example, right now, I have an automated system with my team, in which we do for our clients too, where we automate everything that you're going to see here. All of the LinkedIn outreach, when they accept our connection request, their profile information gets put into a spreadsheet. So name, email, phone number, things like that gets put into a spreadsheet automatically. And that automation allows us to create these and automatically update like these custom audiences on Facebook and ad roll and all these different things. So it's really, really powerful. So depending on where you're at your business, there may be a little bit more manual labor involved, but I'm telling you, it's really going to be worth it. So now this is assuming that you're kind of active on LinkedIn, at least, sending out connection requests every day, 25, maybe 50 a day, because you do need a decent amount of data for this to work. Because the way that because in order to create these retargeting campaigns, you need what's called custom audiences. And a lot of platforms will not start running your ads until you have a certain number of people in your custom audience. I don't know the exact number. I think it just depends. I honestly, I don't know what it depends on. Usually I've seen like Facebook, I can get away with like 300 sometimes, to 300. We're also going to be using ad roll in this case, which is an extension, I believe, of Google AdWords. Is just a little bit more lenient on requirements, I think. Don't quote me on that. I just know that it's actually, from my experience, a lot easier to use anyways. And so we're going to be using uploading our audiences to Facebook and AdRoll, but you can also do this with LinkedIn. You can do this with YouTube, regular AdWords. It's up to you. Bing ads, it's up to you. But for me, using Facebook, which also owns Instagram, and AdRoll, that's going to give you a really, really strong, powerful omnipresence in front of your LinkedIn connections. So this is a great way to convert more of your LinkedIn connections into actual leads and create that omnipresence and have people coming to you as well. And, just picture this for a second, and actually I got inspiration for this from this actually happening to me. I was just blown away, right? So I connected with somebody or someone sent me a connection request. We had a little bit of a conversation, and the next thing I know, I see him all over the internet. And, he's not being spammy or anything like that. This is not about spamming people. You still want to have a really good lead magnet offer and good, a powerful way, an easy way for people to reach out, get more information, get into your pipeline and funnel. But I was just so impressed. I was like, how the heck did he do that? Right? Because all I did was accept his connection request and start a conversation a little bit on LinkedIn. And the next thing I know, I see him on Facebook, I see him on Instagram, I see him on blogs that I visit, when I'm searching around Google and all that stuff. It was really, really impressive. So just imagine you're selling these high ticket items or whatnot, and you want to stand out. I mean, this is an incredible way to do that, because I can guarantee you hardly anybody is doing this. And I think it comes down to a lot of people not knowing how to do it, or maybe they don't have the resources to invest in somebody setting up the system, whatever it is. But this is a fantastic way to stand out, and it's really not that hard to do. I guess I can say that because I've been doing this a long time. But anyways, if you need this done for you, this is something, again, that we do for our clients. I'll have a link in the description, whatever. You can reach out to us, see if we're a good fit. But let's get into this. So what we're doing, to give you a 30,000 foot overview, we've got an automated LinkedIn outreach campaign where we're automatically sending out LinkedIn connection requests. We're not spamming people. We're not doing a ton every day. It just makes it easier if it's automated. And then we're following up with people until they respond. Okay. But basically what we're doing is, once people accept our connection request, they get put into a separate spreadsheet right here. Okay. And this spreadsheet contains whatever they have in their profile, because once they accept your connection request, that's when you have access to their profile, contact info, whatever it is that they provide. It becomes public info at that point. Okay. So basically, we have access to the most important thing is the email address, but we have Facebook you can use name and email as well. But for our purposes, the most important thing is the email, right? So we get their email address automatically. Now, what we're going to need in order to automate this is a tool called Zapier. Zapier is absolutely fantastic for automating these types of things. It's a must-have in your business. I pay $25 a month for it. It's nothing, okay? So super powerful. And basically what we want to do with this is so basically what we have to do is we have to let Facebook and AdRoll know automatically when we get a new email address, which basically comes from a new connection request. So the way we do that is we take the spreadsheet of info that we already have, that I'm already getting automatically, and I'm going to create two zaps around this. Okay, the first one is to LinkedIn, which was pretty easy to do. AdRoll was a little more complicated, nothing crazy, but basically here's what it looks like. Let me open up this zap. So you basically make a new zap. And our trigger is going to be a new spreadsheet row in Google Sheets. So that's basically whenever someone accepts a connection request and we get their email, that's what we're using here. Okay. So, and then you would select your spreadsheet, blah, blah, blah. This is not a how-to on how to use Zapier. It's pretty easy to use. There's plenty of tutorials on that. I just want to show you the system. Okay. So when a new spreadsheet row is created, what we want to do next is our action is going to be add email to a custom audience in Facebook custom audiences. That is awesome. So basically what you would do is go into your Facebook Business Manager, create a custom audience. It's super easy. In order to do that, you'll need to download the original spreadsheet first, upload that into Facebook. You also need to do this for AdRoll. Once you have the CSV file uploaded as a custom audience in Facebook and AdRoll, that's when you can create the Zap to automatically update the audience as more leads come in, as more connection requests are accepted. That's what's insanely powerful about this is you set it up one time, and as long as you continue to get connection requests and you're updating this original spreadsheet, your audience is going to automatically update on Facebook and AdRoll. So it's going to automatically start showing your ads to your brand new connection requests or your brand new connections. It's awesome. Okay. So basically, you come in here, you connect your Facebook ad account. You choose that once you have your custom audience made, you come back to Zapier, choose the custom audience that you just made. So like, for example, this one, I named a new, so it's in this particular ad account. This is what I named the custom audience. When I uploaded it, you come in here from the spreadsheet, you choose you can scroll down, you choose the email, and that's pretty much it. It will automatically update your Facebook custom audience as your original spreadsheet gets updated with new accepted connections. It's awesome. Okay. And then the next one, I mean, honestly, you could just start with that one. AdRoll is a little bit more complicated. But I mean, pretty much everybody's on Facebook and Instagram. So just doing Facebook alone is I mean, you could kill it doing that. But if you really want to create that omnipresence, this is another good one to do. Again, I'm not going to do a full breakdown of AdRoll. There's plenty of tutorials on it. If I can figure it out, you guys can figure it out. Maybe I'll do another video on AdRoll. Leave a comment if you think that would help. But honestly, there's tutorials on how to do it. It's not that difficult. But basically, so I want to walk you through the Zap, though, because there's an extra step that we have to do in order to do this. So here's what we need to do is basically we need to create a separate spreadsheet for AdRoll. So what you're going to want to do is make a copy of your original spreadsheet, name it AdRoll. So basically what I did was AdRoll annuity agents, I think is what I named it. So you copy it. You're going to want to actually, let me show you what the spreadsheet looks like. It's going to be so much easier if I just show you what that. Because actually, that's the more complicated part. Because AdRoll, you can't have columns and you can't upload all of the other information. You can only upload the emails. Okay, so this is how you do it. So AdRoll emails is what I called it, and you see there's a lot less info here. It's literally just one column of email addresses. Now, you do need, in order, again, this is like the technical side of it, so you're welcome, because this was a pain in the ass for me to figure out. But ad roll, you can't have a header for your column. I don't know why, but basically what I did is I just took one of my old email addresses and I put that as my header, and it worked. Okay, so you might run ads to yourself every once in a while, not a big deal. But because you have to have something in this first column and row, or this first row, in order for Zapier to identify the info. Oh, that was a lot. Jesus. So we made a copy. We named it something else. This is what we're going to now upload into AdRoll. So we uploaded the initial spreadsheet to Facebook for our custom audience. This one and then we made a copy, and now this one we would upload to AdRoll as our custom audience. And basically it's a CRM list is what it's called in AdRoll. Okay, but basically this is what it would look like. And now what we need to do is we need to update this spreadsheet every time the original spreadsheet gets updated. So that's where the extra step is. So anytime this is the same one here. Anytime there's a new spreadsheet row in our original spreadsheet, whenever a new row is made, we want to update the new spreadsheet first. Okay, so we would create a spreadsheet row in the new spreadsheet. All right, so right here. Okay, there's our new spreadsheet that we just made. We're going to create a new, just with the email. Okay, and then that's when we can add the user to the CRM retargeting segment in AdRoll. Tell me that's not awesome. So you might need to watch this a couple times. This can be kind of technical, but if you can get this down and you're getting a decent amount of connections, new connections in LinkedIn, and you want to create that omnipresence and generate more leads from your LinkedIn efforts, I'm telling you, this is worth it. So maybe watch this a couple times, go through, how to create custom audiences and AdRoll on Facebook. But this is the overall system. And you can then create ads both in AdRoll and Facebook and Instagram, specifically to just your LinkedIn connections that are in the spreadsheet, right? Obviously, you wouldn't want to do all of them. You want to do the ones in your target audience. But let's say you did want to target all your LinkedIn connections. You could do that as long as you have their email address. And you can totally automate this process, and it's cheap too. Like this isn't an ad campaign where you're running, 30, 40, 50 bucks a day. If you started with just Facebook, you could do $2 a day. Like retargeting is really, really cheap because the audience is a lot smaller than you would do 2 million people, right? In the beginning, you're probably only going after 2, 3, maybe 500 people. It doesn't cost a lot of money to get in front of that few people, but the impact is so much more powerful because they already more than likely know who you are. They had to accept your connection request, so you're at least going to look familiar. And just the fact that you're all over the internet speaking directly to them because it's your target audience, they're in your target market. It's the impact of this marketing is so much more powerful than if you were to run into cold traffic. So, anyways. I know that was a lot. Might need to rewatch it, but leave a comment below if you have any questions, if you need me to clarify anything. I know that was, some of this is kind of technical, but just go through it a couple times. I promise it's not nearly as difficult as it seems. It's just a few extra steps like with the AdRoll one, but that's it. Give me a thumbs up if this was helpful, and make sure you subscribe because, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that I come out with this kind of stuff all the time. And this is stuff that I'm actually doing in my business. So I'm not just throwing stuff at you. I'm going to be making campaigns for this very, very soon because I'm finally getting to the point where I have enough LinkedIn new connections to do that. And I'll show you the results of that. But make sure you subscribe because I'm going to have some awesome stuff. And do me a favor, check the link, the description as well. I'm thinking about doing courses and things like that. I don't know what I'll have at the time of this recording, but make sure you check that out too. So anyways, thank you for your time, guys. I appreciate your support, and I'll talk to you in the next video.